Continuing on with our media availabilities this morning, we've now been joined by our NASCAR Xfinity Series points leader, Chris Buescher, driver of the number 60 Ford EcoBoost Ford this weekend here at Watkins Glen. And Chris, kind of a unique scenario here for the Xfinity Series. They have Watkins Glen this weekend, Mid-Ohio next week, and then a couple weeks later they'll have Road America. So 3 road courses in the month of August. Talk a little bit about how, as a team, you prepare for that. But for you, you won your first NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Mid-Ohio. So talk a little bit about, your thoughts and heading into this weekend, but then also back to Mid-Ohio for next week's race as well.
Yeah, three road races in Bristol in this next stretch. So a very tough stretch. A lot of wrinkled sheet metal, but a lot of fun as well. Really like coming back to Watkins Glen. We were really fast last year with we actually had Cheez-It on board our Mustang and had a really solid run going, and just unfortunately ran into somebody else's misfortune and cost us a good shot at it. So we were fast. We had a great weekend. We have a lot of notes from that weekend that we've applied towards this one. And as we look forward, I really like road racing. It's not my background at all, but it's enjoyable. It's something we get to come do that's different than our normal schedule. We get to learn a lot. We have different people come in that are road racing experts that teach us a lot as we go. We try and do some kind of school or training beforehand to try and get back in a rhythm, and it helps. This 3 in a row is tough because we only have so many road race cars, and I think all the teams are the same way in that aspect. So it's a little tough to make sure that we can keep everything underneath us and keep equipment in good shape through this whole month. So going back to Mid-Ohio, we have a very similar car going back there as well. Obviously, it worked pretty well for us, and had a lot of speed throughout the race. And Road America, we're trying something a little bit different for that road course, as that wasn't our highest one. So, honestly, I'm just glad to be road racing for a little bit and break up the schedule and go have a little bit of fun. So I'm fortunate enough to be able to pull double duty this week and get to drive the 34 Cup car as well. So we'll have plenty of lap time or seat time this weekend on the track.
All right, we'll go ahead and take questions for Chris. If you have one, please raise your hand and state your name and affiliation. We'll start with Lee and go to Kenny. She's right behind you. There you go.
Lee Spencer, Motorsport.com. Speaking of misfortune, let's get the elephant on the table. Talk about the team meeting this week and what was discussed with you and Bubba and how you go forward, with the potential of just kind of trying to keep things clean in an effort for you to win the championship this year.
Yeah, this season's been really good for us. We've had some really solid runs throughout the year. We've had a lot of speed. We've been able to show up competitively to a lot of these racetracks, and our teammates have done the same. So we've been racing around each other a lot, and it's tough, but we got it handled, and we're looking forward to getting into this stretch. Road racing is new to all of us in a sense. So we all have a big learning curve for these next few weekends, and we'll make the best of it.
Specifically, the meeting. I mean, did you guys kind of air things out and try to figure out how to go forward and not to have these continual run-ins on the racetrack?
Yeah, we have it to the point where we're going to be able to race around each other and not have to worry about anything.
All right, Kenny.
Kenny Bruce, NASCAR.com. First of all, were you surprised that your first win came on a road course in that series?
Yes, very surprised. Like I said, road racing is not my background. Mid-Ohio, we showed up really fast off the truck, and we were able to maintain the speed throughout the weekend. And so we knew we had a shot. We were top 5 every time we went on track, whether it was qualifying, practice, and the whole race were able to maintain that. And it's not like we lucked into it either. I mean, we were on a fuel mileage strategy, but at the same time, we had a late race restart with 2018 to go, and they had their shot to try and get around us. So we were able to pull it off. So it was a big surprise, yes.
Okay. Secondly, talking about the number of road course races coming up for you guys, is it better to have them stacked like that, or because you mentioned how tough it is on the teams and having to have the cars prepared, or would it be better to have them spread out more?
I'm not really sure, honestly. I like the fact that we're able to keep a rhythm and keep going into them. So from that part, I really like it. It is tough to have that many cars ready. You figure you got to have three primaries and a backup. So I mean, it's tough to build up that kind of inventory for everybody and make sure that if you do have to go to a backup in one of the first two, then you have to realize that that also puts you at a shortage for the last race. So, I like the fact that we're able to get in a rhythm, stay in it, and try and learn a lot really quickly. And I don't know that it would be better to have them spread out through a 6-month period and have to change pace and start over every time. So I like how it is this year.
All right, we'll take a question in the back.
Hey, Mike Soper from Time Warner Cable News. You talked about road racing really not being much of your background. What are your early impressions as far as this track out here? What are some of the challenges, or what are some of the things that could help you succeed?
This track has been it's different than our other two road courses. It's very fast. It's very very smooth. The smooth rhythm, I guess, is how I try and describe getting around it. A lot fewer corners than most of the tracks we go to, but it still has its challenges. A lot of elevation change up through the S's here. You spend a lot of time trying to get wide open through a lot of these corners, and it's very difficult. I learned last year, so it took me every bit of all of our practice to really get in a rhythm and try and learn this track. When you compare it to our Road America or Mid Ohio, they are very narrow courses. They have very slow crawling corners, and they are probably a little less elevation overall. And I could be completely off by saying that, but from the feel of it, I feel like this is unique in just the amount of speed that you carry around it, and trying to control that the whole race is pretty tough.
All right, any final questions for Chris? All right, we appreciate your time today and wish you the best of luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.